Hello third graders. Today I wanted to review what we did last week and also show you a couple new tips. First of all, once you open up Chrome, the first thing we probably want to do is get to Google Classroom. Alright, I wanted to share with you probably an easier way to get to Google Classroom. Up here in the top of your Chrome browser, you have your bookmarks bar. If you do not see this bookmarks bar, then you have to enable it. Okay, and the easiest way to do that is to hold down the Control and the Shift key and then type the letter B, and that will hide the bookmarks bar or reveal the bookmarks bar. Okay, once you have your bookmarks bar revealed, then over here is the Apps button. If you click on that Apps button, then you'll probably see a bunch of apps you're familiar with, but hopefully one of them is Google Classroom. Okay, if not, I will show you how to add Classroom to your kind of splash page here. Alright, so we can click on our Google Classroom and that will take us to your classroom. Alright, I'm going to go into this demo class here. Remember last week what we did is we did a custom name tag. Okay, so I'm going to open this assignment just to review. Open that, and remember sometimes your teacher may include a document down here, and sometimes they may just tell you to create a certain type of document in the classroom instructions. So last week for the custom name tag, we had to create a Google drawing. And then once it's created, then you can open that document. Okay, and last week we introduced a few of these toolbar functions. Remember that if you just mouse over or hover over these toolbar icons, they will tell you what they do. Alright, and if you add something and you want to modify that, you have to select it first, and then it gives you toolbar options. So notice that when I don't have anything selected, I just have a couple options to add something else. Once I click on either a text box or a shape or an image, then I get a whole bunch of other options here. So this paint bucket will fill the shape. This controls the color of the border that goes around that shape. This controls the weight, so how big the border is around the shape. And then you can, this is for like the dash lines, stuff like that. Okay. For text, just to remind you, I select the tool. I have the text box tool, but in order to actually type, I have to drag out that text box, create that text box, and then I can type. Okay. If I want to edit the text, okay, I can either click and drag and highlight that text and then change one of the characteristics of it. Or if I click on the text box and I don't see my cursor, see how I don't see? If I click, now I have this blinking cursor here. Okay, if I just click on the edge of the text box, that goes away, but it also allows me to change some of the characteristics of the text. Okay, and then you can click and drag if you want to move it. You can also use the arrow keys to move things. This little circle guy up here will allow you to tilt text. Okay, and you can explore these tools if you want it centered vertically in the text box, or if you want it centered horizontally in the text box. And typically, when you are creating text, you want your text box to be close to the same size as the actual text. If you have your text box really oversized, then sometimes it makes it hard to click on the shapes because you're trying to click on the shape back here, but your text box is so huge that it always thinks that you're clicking on the text box instead. So it's a good idea typically to keep your text box, relatively close to the same size as your text. Okay. Another good piece of knowledge is how to arrange objects. Okay, so sometimes we get things on top of other objects that we do not want. Here's the arrange menu option. Alright, and if we bring that shape to the front, then it's over our text. Okay, so we can either right click on the object and go to order, send to back, okay, or we can, if we click on this text box, we can use the command up arrows or command down arrows, and that will move it forward or behind. So if I hold down the, I'm sorry, I should say control for your keyboard, okay, the control button, and then I can use the arrows to reveal that or move it forward. And if you think of it like a stack of pictures or a deck of cards, okay, you're going to see the card that is on top, but you're not going to see the card that's on underneath it. And so you have to kind of think of it like a stack. Okay, so when you have finished your custom name tag that we started last week, be sure to turn it in. And again, to turn things in, okay, once I'm finished, you see it says all changes are saved. All right, so all I need to do is go back to my Google Classroom. All right, here's the Google Drawing that's automatically saved, and I click Turn In, and then Turn In again. All right, and then I get this green check saying it's done. All right, so that is in the assignment description page. So to go back to the mainstream again, we click on this white arrow, and that takes us back. Okay, so once we finish up the assignments that we have in Google Classroom, you will see a new assignment here called Halloween Magnetic Poetry. All right, so again, the first thing I'm going to do is going to open that. And for this assignment, I included a template. Okay, so we're going to open that. And what we're going to do today is we're going to, even though Halloween is past, but I still wanted to try this. This is, again, we're in Google Drawing, but this time we have a bunch of words down here. If you guys have ever used those magnetic poetry, maybe in your refrigerator. And what I want you to do is I want you to create a story or a poem. All right, you're going to put your name here. These words are all kind of piled up here, all right? So you're going to have to, you might have to drag a few out to reveal, you know, some of the other words so you can see, kind of look through here and see, you know, what you can find and put together to make a poem. Okay. And once you complete that, then again, you're going to make sure you turn that in. And you can make several. If you want to make either a longer story or you want to make a couple sentences across this area, then you can do that. And I'm going to be interested to see what you guys come up with. Okay, good luck.